Big Baboo.
We're
Big
back,
Baboo
baby.
alert. The Big
Big
Baboo is
boo.
here.
What's
What is
happening?
up? Bro, this hat is so fucking
Hey,
baller, dog.
thanks, bro. Yeah, I just got it kind of recently.
You
Picked it
ordered or
up.
is it a gas station
No,
hat?
no, it was at the thrift store. I was just like, oh, that's fucking
Oh,
baller. I'm
that is
getting that.
crispy,
I
dude.
don't know
Trump
why it was there.
Trump did that shit on his hats, I remember.
Yeah.
Back in college when I ordered one for posterity, the little
Oh, the little fucking strappy thing
yeah,
here. Yeah, that
it
shit's
makes it look
swaggy.
fancy,
It
dog.
makes you look like a sailor or something like that. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
what it is. Yeah.
Bro, I
What you
hope you're
been up to?
drinking because I'm like 3 or 4 drinks in. I've
That's
been
what's up, baby.
chinchilling. I've been better. I've been worse, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm super hype. Dude, I guess the cat's technically out of the bag on our one of you, I'm assuming a listener, was able to locate the new
Yeah.
Patreon without us launching it and signed
Sneaky,
up.
sneaky, sneaky.
Uh
Yeah.
we are if you're listening to this, we are sending you a very fresh early adopter
Yes.
fresh gift bag. But anyone else listening, if you're gonna sign up for the bonus episodes, it's not starting till next month.
Yeah, you
Okay.
you can find the Patreon. You can sign up for it if you want, like this lovely fellow, but we don't have anything for you right now. Like we
If
will.
if you stumble in and
If you
we may be able
we'll
to whip
send
a
you.
little something up, but
That's yeah, that's true. We will send you some shit, but we don't have like bonus episodes ready to go
yeah.
or anything yet. Yeah.
But just for signing up on the third tier, I think officially Hot Sumo 69, I'm giving him the official executive producer plug,
Yeah, he's
and
in
I'm
there.
saying thank you. Thank
Thank
you. This
you.
episode's dedicated to you, dog.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah,
Even
dude.
though you're from some weird foreign place and I'm going to have to
Doesn't even
charge
matter.
myself for shipping, I don't even care.
It
I
doesn't
don't
even
care.
matter.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna send you a
100%.
ton of shit. This was almost another Pokemon episode. We were very
It
close to doing a
almost was,
Pokemon
yeah, but
episode.
I was
Yeah.
like, me.
Yeah,
You know how it
we were
is.
we were thinking about stuff to talk about, and it feels like the most obvious thing is this Kanye West crap that's going on right
Well,
now.
I feel like we have a perfect dynamic to talk about it because you're Jewish and I'm a black Israelite,
Uh-huh.
or however you pronounce it. So I feel like
Yeah,
we have like a good
a good dynamic. Yeah, you're yeah, the Black Israelites, when I was living in Harlem, I saw them a few times out there. I think they're less pervasive than they were in like the 90s or the early 2000s because they used to be out on street corners all the time. Like L. Ron Hubbard was a black man. Have you seen
yes, yeah,
that
yeah.
Eric
Well,
Andre
dude,
bit? It's like
that's what I
that.
was gonna ask you because I know them from memes. I even lived in New
Hmm.
York and I never saw them. Um,
Yeah.
but do you have like a brief rundown of what their beliefs are? Is it mainly just that they were the real Jews?
Well, I have to recommend right away to you and to everybody listening. I watched first of all, Louis Theroux. If you've never seen a Louis Theroux documentary, what are you doing? Like, if you like documentaries, that's the fucking
Dude,
guy.
he's that guy Beardson Beardly totally destroyed, right?
Oh
By
God, yeah.
throwing him out of his
I
house.
I actually did see that documentary, and it's extremely embarrassing for Beardson Beardly. I mean, I like, and the whole thing is like, I don't think it's not edited or anything. It's just like he looks like a weenie. Like he makes him look really, really dumb, and he doesn't do anything.
I disagree, dude. I think he looks cool the way he
Yeah,
throws
that's
Louis out.
true.
Dude, the best part, I also watched that documentary and I'm gonna forget it, so this joke isn't gonna be that funny.
Hmm.
But there's a part where Nick Fuentes is walking him around because part of the interview is with Nick Fuentes. I think he's the main guy at the
Yeah, he's interviewing Nick
documentary.
Fuentes. Yeah.
And he's showing him like each table gets a little sticker. And then Louis like picks up one of the stickers and it's something about like this is not what it is, but it's to the extent of like right wing bitches, except
Hmm.
he forgot the comma. So Louis like, so you're calling your supporters like bitches pretty much. And he's like, you can tell Fuentes isn't like flustered, but you can tell he's like, fuck, I'm gonna fire my
Yeah.
sticker guy. This guy fucked me, dude. He's
Yeah,
so
I
funny.
think what was interesting about watching that, that was actually the first time I had heard of Nick Fuentes. I
Oh,
didn't know
for
who he
real,
was.
dude.
Yeah, I had not heard of him. That was also pre
Twitter
Twitter. Like I
days,
hadn't been
yeah.
online
I
for that
ruined you, bro.
much.
I'm so sorry. In 20 years, you can send me your hospital bill for
Oh,
fucking internet
absolutely,
autism
totally,
syndrome.
totally shaved like 5 years off my life already just with all of the I almost used the R word, just like really, really stupid shit that
You
I've had
can
to
use that word,
endure.
but we need five
We
more
need like
minutes
a
so the
little more
censor
time.
doesn't get us yet.
And it's just like the amount of bullshit that you have to sift through online is like it makes you ill sometimes. Just like I cannot believe how many people are trying to get inside your brain and just feed you like bullshit. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so the that was my first exposure to Nick Fuentes, and of course, obviously, like I mean, it's pretty clear that Louis. Well, actually, I don't know because he's interviewing them through the lens that they are sort of like fringe right wing guys, right? Like,
Mhm.
but it's suggested that Louis himself is probably like a left wing. I don't think he ever comes out and says it explicitly, but you could assume it through the that that's like the flavor
I know
of
because
the.
he's soy, bro. I can
Is
tell
he
because
so?
Louis is soy.
That's correct. I actually feel like Louis is like super Chad. Like
Yeah, I don't. I don't
there
know
is
if
some
I'd
like
say he's super chat, but yeah, I don't think he's soy.
I don't know. He's like he's pretty ballsy with some of the interviews that he goes for. Like when he was actually interviewing, well, years ago, he did another documentary. Have you seen the one where he's like interviewing neo-Nazis like Tom Metzger and all those other
No.
characters? That's like he goes and he actually is interviewing self-proclaimed, yeah, we are neo-Nazis, like skinheads, fuck yeah, I'm white pride, like that type of shit. And I mean, they're like crazy people, obviously, but Tom Metzger. Do you know who Tom Metzger is?
I don't actually.
He
Is he part
just
of the clan?
uh,
I
I don't
should know
think
him
he's.
because David Duke followed me one time on Twitter.
That's
So I
insane.
feel like I should know. Yeah, I
It's
remember
so
being like,
crazy.
dude, this is crazy. And then like
Yeah.
a few months later being like, this is probably not a good look.
No,
Yeah,
you need
I
to. Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
blocked him. I was like, this might not be good. Yeah.
That's not good. Tom Metzger. I don't. He's not clan, but I think he was sort of the leader of the skinheads. He just died like a couple of years ago, I think. But he's like a short, bald guy, and he ran a newspaper that was all super racist, but like openly racist. Like that's what I'm getting at with this thing is that now we have this documentary with Louis where he's talking to some of these like right-wing fringe guys that are like internet personalities, and they're almost just like they're like seedy and like don't want to like I'm actually gonna come forward and say I don't have a problem with people who are right wing. It's just this like camp. Like, does that make sense? Like just this there's like this camp of people that like they won't just admit that they are what they are. Do you know what I mean? And it's almost like
Yeah.
when he was interviewing the Nazis, he's like would you consider yourself a racist? And they're literally like, fuck yeah, I'm racist. You know what I mean? Like they're like that. And now it's like these guys can't even they can't like say it outright. Like they have to have this like weird politician-y like
Veneer.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's very weird. I don't
Well,
like that. I'd
I
rather
think
you
I've
just say it.
yeah, I think I've mentioned this too though, but I know there are people and probably maybe a good number of people in that camp you're talking about who like are there just for the goofs and the trolling and stuff.
Sure.
Like I don't actually think it, but I do think you're right. There is a point where it's like, so what do you like? What's your issue with America? Like, too many black people. So what should we do with them? Like, we got to send them all back, and they're causing problems. And it's just like, so you do hate all black people. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean? It's
mean,
like it's just take it to the next logical step sometimes. But dude, there is a wide spectrum. I feel like
well, there's a wide spectrum for everything. I mean, there's also lefty people that I cannot fucking stand. Like that's I mean, it's like it is
Dino
what it is.
Comics,
It's like it's a big
we're coming after you,
it's
bro.
a big fucking country. It's a big
Ecosystem,
world.
yeah.
So yeah, like I mean, you're not gonna like everybody who's like on your side, and you might actually get along with people who have different viewpoints than you. But specifically referring to these guys that are like obviously uh parroting like racist beliefs, but then when you confront them and you're just like, oh, so you're a racist, they're just like, no, you don't get it, man. You don't get it. Like, and it's like,
Bro, I
just say
trolled
it.
you by
Just say
making you
it.
think I hate
It's like, why can't you just
Filipinos. I
say it?
trolled you. I was a
Um,
troll, bro.
yeah, but anyway, why did we get on all this shit? How did we
I
get
don't
on
know, but
Louis
my
Theroux?
last thing on it, it's so frustrating talking about it because, like, if you knock super far right people, it's like, dude, this guy's a huge lefty. But
It's
then if
like,
you knock like super huge lefty people, it's like, this dude's a Nazi. And it's like,
yeah,
dude,
it's like,
oh
dude,
my
why?
dude, losing
Shut.
my mind, bro.
It's insane. I know you talk to me about that a lot, where like it feels like you can't like it feels like for some reason you come under fire a lot, like especially on Facebook. It's of course it's
Dude,
Facebook.
I was so heated the other day. I was texting you. It's just like,
It's just funny. I
oh,
mean, it's
dude, the
funny to me from
stories
the
people make up.
outside. I know. Yeah,
Oh
where do
man,
people get this shit? Like, where do I don't get that? And also, it's like I'm at least not at a point yet. Maybe as the podcast gets bigger and people will actually see my face and like hear me talking, they'll start to be like, Beetle Moses is a lefty. I can't even like his Sonic the Hedgehog comics anymore because he's a lefty. You know what I mean? Like that's like I know that's gonna happen eventually, but it's like for
dude,
the time
that's
being, I haven't really
so.
said anything.
That
Like,
sentiment is so fucking stupid, dude. I've seen so many hate comments on me that were like, dude, I used to think his shit was the funniest ever, but then I realized he's like an Antifa guy, or I realized he's like a Nazi, and it's like, so you if you thought my stuff was funny, but
right.
now you think I'm on your opposite team, it's no longer funny. It's like
Give it up. Like, what the fuck, man? I
it's
don't
I
understand
don't
it.
get that mindset, bro. I
I
don't
don't
get it.
get that. Yeah, but especially for you, it's just like people will be like, "You guys know that this guy's right wing and he's a Nazi, right?" And people are like, "What? That's crazy." And then there's like other comments, and people are like, "Oh, yeah, I used to like this guy when he was right wing, but now he's like super soft and left wing." It's
Dude,
like,
literally,
dude,
I'm like getting it
what
from
the
both sides, and
fuck?
I'm just like, dude, I need to go into like a cave for like a year and just like meditate,
Oh God.
contemplate, like relieve myself of the stress.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
annoying, dude.
I anyway, what the hell were we
Kanye, baby. I think we were trying to get
Anyway,
into the
this fucking
Kanye thing.
Kanye thing.
How do you as a Jewish guy, do you feel like you feel a unique way about it? Or are you kind of just looking at it like, bro, what's going on?
I would say light, light, yes, because my perception
Doing
of
the
it is
Fantano rating. Okay.
a light, yes. My perception of it is like, oh my God, somebody with a platform is blaming Jews, like using them as a scapegoat for their problems. Like that has never happened before. That is so unusual. Like, why would you make Jews a target? That's fucking crazy. I've never heard of something like that. So I'm like, but I mean, on one hand, it's like anybody can look at Kanye and be like, this dude has been having he's been on like a 6 or 7 year manic episode, if not longer. I mean, it's just like he's totally out of his gourd, and I think like
I do have sympathy for him though, to the extent like I know she sucks. And I don't even like, I'm sure there's a lot of celebrities who like you perceive suck, and then like if you met them in person you'd like them. There's
mhm.
no way the Kardashian family is like a fun group of people to be around, and it sounds like he's had huge problems with them before. But
Yeah,
even with that said, going through that divorce and like losing being able to see like he has 3 kids,
I think he has
or is
more
it
than that. I think he
2?
has like four actually.
Well, like having to like do custody with them, like I'm sure he's at like even a more fucking fucked up state. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I could see that. I mean,
Not to excuse anything, but I like I
yeah.
semi have like sympathy, I
The
guess.
the pro the problem is that he just you can't like I don't know. It's like it almost is like I recognize this about myself is that because it's like in the past Kanye has been like, first he interrupts Taylor Swift at the VMAs,
That
and
was
everybody
fresh. Fuck women.
and
That's
everybody's
now.
like that was crazy, like he's crazy, but now it's like that's iconic Kanye moment, you know what I mean? Like that's like it
Mhm.
was a huge piece of pop culture history. And then uh and then fucking, did you see the clip of Obama calling him a jackass?
Yeah,
Like
of course,
as like
dude.
that's an iconic like what would that do to your psyche? The fucking president of the United States is like
Back when
flippantly just
everyone
calling you a
loved him,
jackass. I know,
like,
like yeah. And so that must have been weird. And at that point I was like, "Oh, I still like Kanye." And then what else did he do? What's
dude,
some of this
the Bush
more?
moment is so
Oh, the
good where
George Bush, that's
he goes off
iconic.
script, dude, and poor fucking what's that guy's name? Not Michael
It's
Myers.
No, Michael
That's the
Myers is
Halloween
standing
guy.
next to him, but then it cuts
Is
to
that his
Chris
name?
Tucker. Yeah, it is Michael Myers.
Oh, but dude,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Michael
Mike
Myers
Myers.
when he says it, he's like looking at the screen and he literally goes
Yeah, he's
like a
like,
does a double take like Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes,
It's so
yes,
fucking funny.
completely iconic moment. And but that's back when it was more like even though he was kind of on an ego trip at that time, he was like lucid. Like I think
Yeah,
he
yeah,
knew
yeah.
what he was doing at that point. And then it's like fast forward and he put on the MAGA hat and people were starting to
Iconic.
that's when people started to I had some coworkers that were literally burning their Yeezys, like
Oh,
doing
that's
like
so
crazy
cringe,
shit,
dude.
which I was like, well, I mean, please, you shouldn't be wearing Yeezys in the fucking first place. That shoe is fucking hideous. If
I
I
don't
see
think they
somebody,
look that cool.
I fucking hate Yeezys. It's like the ugliest fucking shoe, but it's irrelevant to Kanye. It's like its own thing now, but everybody fucking wears them and they're why? Hideous shoe. Uh, but well, yeah, he put on the MAGA hat, and I was like, oh, whatever. I don't really care. Like it doesn't really affect me. I still like his music. And then he was fucking doing some shit about Pete Davidson. What was he doing? He
Ah,
was like
dude.
revealing details about his life,
It was
and I
mainly just
was
calling him like Skeet Davidson, encouraging like
Skeet.
his fans to like come after him and shit.
Yeah,
He did
and
the
then
shit we wish we could do, like on Twitter when someone posts something shit and shitty, and I'm
yeah.
just like, dude, I wish I could be like, dox and kill this
Yeah,
guy and
pretty
retweet
much.
it. Yeah.
Like he just was kind of acting terrible there and embarrassing his family and all that shit. And now it's like I kind of feel like a jackass because now he comes forward and he's like, fuck Jewish people. And now all of a sudden, now I'm like, whoa, okay, buddy. Like that's a step too
Now
far.
you have a problem
But
with
it's
it.
like, I know it's like now because it's like I'm at the brunt end of it. I'm like, whoa, 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 Kanye, what the fuck are you doing, man? But it's like, dude, it's perfectly in line with everything he's been talking about, everything he's been doing. This is the culmination. He goes on Tucker Carlson and they have a great time together. And then he goes straight to Twitter and starts talking about how Jews control the media. Do you think that
Mhm.
he talked to Tucker Carlson about that before he posted it that night and that Tucker like gassed him up a bit?
Dude, that would be
Do you
so
think he was
funny.
like he's like, yo, I'm thinking about like exposing this shit, how like the Jews are trying to keep me down, and Tucker was like, bro, it's all you, baby, it's all you. You
Dude,
could totally do
the
that.
fact picturing it though, because Kanye definitely texts in like what is this term might be have been taken away because it's like not okay, but it's like ebonics or whatever.
That's like 50-50.
It's not.
What were you
What's the
going
new
to
term?
say?
Well, he types like that a little bit, so I'm picturing Tucker, who's probably like, "Yes, my friend, that sounds
Yeah,
delightful.
yeah.
That sounds really cool. Tweet about the Jews, dude."
Oh my
Like
God.
calling him
Let
brother.
It's so funny. It's like I feel like that Fox News, like the conservative camp loves nothing more than a black person that like sympathizes with their belief system. They
Yeah,
love that shit. They're just like, see, we're not racist. We're not racist. It's one of these guys. They believe what I'm saying too. It's like, dude,
dude.
oh, whoa,
Daff
buddy,
and I always
reel
joke,
it
but
in.
there's a certain type of person who's like that when like someone they normally might not like because they're kind of on a super far side sees that and they're like
Hmm.
based. But dude, every
Yeah.
time, every boomer who's in that category, and not even all like boomers that are like super far, but they always say like when that happens, like, I don't care if you're white, black, purple, or green. Like if you
Oh,
believe in my shit,
always.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
I
they
love
always do
that.
like two real skin colors and then they add like a
Like a
rainbow
polka
color,
dot.
purple.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I'm silly. Yeah, it's
that's
so
classic.
fucking
Yeah.
stupid, dude.
Oh, this is a totally not related, but it just made me think like, did you see somebody posted this as a reply to some comic that I did that was related to Ohio?
Oh,
And
I
it
thought
was
this was
like
the monkey one you showed me.
not the monkey one, but
That one's
the
so good.
which one? The
The
monkey
one you
jumping on the
put,
bed?
yeah, the monkey, and then the other monkey saves him, and it's
Oh
like
yeah,
a
it's like
show of like monkey strength, and then someone's just
yeah.
like Mexicans.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
dude,
Like,
what?
oh, what the
What?
fuck did this come from? Uh, but somebody replied with they replied to one of my comics, and it was that scene from The Incredibles where Mr. Incredible he's like infiltrated this like cave, and he's watching on the screen as it's flashing, and it's like Elastigirl eliminated.
Uh-huh.
whatever eliminated, and it's like flip like faster and faster, and he's like, but they did it where it was like the each pride flag iteration, so
Oh, that's
it was like the
good.
rainbow eliminated, but and then it was like the BIPOC rainbow, and but it's like it keeps getting more and more complicated and flipping, and they're like evolving and changing over time, and it finally reaches its final form, which is just the of Ohio. And it's like it's like this like dude, it's such I was like, oh my God, I was dying. It was like the funniest response that I've
I gotta
seen.
hunt that down, bro.
I'm gonna find it for you. It's
Dude, I need to
hilarious.
clip who's that guy that always emails us? I love him. It's not, I was
Oh,
gonna say gas tank, but the guy
no,
who sends
you
us the farting anime chick.
yeah,
I need
he's
to
broken computer.
broken computer. I love you, dog. I need to fucking rip that video he sent us of where it's the Dunkachino, what's my name? And then
Yes.
just cuts immediately to the chick farting. Any next time I get a hater ass comment, I
You're
might
gonna
have to just
reply with
retweet it
that.
with that, dude. It's so funny, dog.
Dude, that was such a funny one.
He
We do
got us
have
so good too, bro. Because I was like, dude, should we even open this video? And we did, and we're like, oh, this isn't bad. This is gonna be funny.
I
And
know.
then
I know.
oh, there's
We
just farting cat girl.
we
Ugh.
got to be asking for emails again. Like it's weird. Every once in a while, we'll start a podcast and it's like, Jesus Christ, we have 15 emails to get through, and then and then again, we'll hop on and it's like we
I
have
think
no
we
emails.
actually have like one or
We
two,
do have. Let me see if we have more
maybe
than
one.
one. Let me see if I can pull it up. Uh, let's see here.
We got to get some sock merch going because then we'll convince that chick who sends us feet pictures to flood us with cold cuts feet pics. Could be
Yes.
balling,
Oh, that'd
bud.
be great. Okay. Oh my God, I just flipped back to the one of the 23-year-old janitor who has to
Dude,
clean the
I
yellow. That
still
was
think
classic.
about that and laugh, dude. It
So
would bring
good.
me so much joy if some little annoying fucking 10-year-old knew my shit and was like
Yeah.
writing YOLO swag on desks
I
and this
feel
guy's
like
just like
it's pretty high likelihood that they are referring
I doubt it, dude,
to
because I
your
think that's
shit.
like a funny thing like YOLO
YOLO
swag.
swag,
Yeah.
YOLO swag, maybe. All right, we do have two emails. Do you want to, should
Oh,
we work through them?
baller mode. Yeah, hit me.
All right, here's the first one. It's from Joe Joester, who is a frequent emailer of the pod.
You
Shout out
can
to Joe
say his name.
Joester. I mean, I'm assuming Joe Joester is not his real name.
Okay, yeah, that's
Maybe
fair. That's fair.
Joe Joester.
I always freak out though that we're gonna like say someone's name that they don't want it, and it's gonna like somehow end their marriage or
I'm
something.
assuming it's not. I'm assuming that's not your. If your parents really named you Joe and your last name is Joester, honestly, based. But
Well,
I don't
I think that's
think it
a
is
JoJo reference
Joe Joester. Oh, you could be right.
because like Joestar is the
JoJo's
name of
Bizarre
the
Adventure.
yeah yeah.
You're probably right. I just have you watched that show?
No, it's the men are too beautiful. I feel like I
They're
would
extremely
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, I
I'd go
just
from chicks with dongs to twink men exclusively, and
that's good.
I that's not good for anyone.
That's great. Um, okay, I'm gonna read this Joe Joester email. Man, these fucking headphones are really annoying me. I'm so used to the over-ear ones. I do
Where
not
are
like
they?
I just wanted to like mix it up. I was like, I had these sitting here and I had the hat on and I was like, man, I want to put it over my hat, but I'm fucking not enjoying this shit. Okay, Joe Joester. The subject is nut. Okay.
Oh, nice.
It says,
Oh, nice.
greetings, lunch meat boys. I know I've gassed you up before, but I want to reiterate that Cold Cuts has become my favorite podcast. That's very sweet. Not just because of our parasocial relationship, which is very real. You guys are so funny and have great chemistry. Thanks. Thank you guys for making my Tuesdays and Fridays better. Love you. Love you, buddy. Okay, on to my question. Once again, our conversations got weird at work. In parentheses, never a dull day in my department. I would love to hear where you work if you can give like some type of because I think this was the same guy
I
that
think
said
he
his
said it was retail, right? Or I could be wrong.
I don't know. Well, he said his I think Joe Joester was talking
It's
about
like
how his coworkers were clowning him for only shaving his ass
right.
and not the rest of he's written us a few emails. I think that was him.
Maybe he works at Lush and everyone is like very
Very
twinkish.
like could be.
Yeah.
Uh never a dull day in my department. Anyway, and I just knew I needed to ask you guys the question. What is the weirdest thing you have ever nutted to? One time when I was younger, I did bust to two girls, one cup. And oh, and he said, this is a burner email, and I can now never reveal my true identity. just
Powerful.
because I was mad horny when I discovered it. The post nut clarity hit me hard, and I stopped cranking my hog for a week after that.
Yeah, I'd
That's a
imagine
good
that would be one of
question.
the ones where like,
Where you're like, I
because you
got to
know how
take a
right after
break.
you nut there is like a negative feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be very amplified, and I'd be
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
I'll never jack off again.
I would just be like, what the hell? Yeah, no,
Dude,
that's
I got one on top of my head. This was probably less than a month ago.
go ahead.
Um, although maybe there's something crazier I've done, but this one was that Bugs Bunny picture I sent you, bro.
That's
Where he was
crazy.
dressed like Marilyn Manson, like not Marilyn Manson, Jesus Christ, Marilyn Monroe, and he had like a fat
Marilyn
ass.
Manson.
I nutted,
Yeah.
bro. I was like,
Dude, that's
I'm
crazy
still not a
because
furry legally.
we were just talking about oh, I don't want to okay, I'm actually not I don't want to name their name necessarily because I actually do admire their art and I don't want them to take this the wrong way. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Whatever, maybe I will say it, but we were looking at somebody who is a pretty big following. They're a furry artist, furry like explicit artist.
Mhm.
And and we were looking through I was looking through some of their shit and we were talking on the phone and I was just like I really don't get it. Like I don't get the furry like there's
Well, this
sometimes
was
when
where you were saying it was too like
it was
Disney.
like too cartoony.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
can understand if somebody is like draws something and it's like really realistic, or like or not even I don't know if there's something, but there's a certain like threshold to how stylized it gets before I'm just like this is doing nothing. This doesn't do anything for me. Like it's just like like could you I don't know. Like could you whack it to hentai porn that was drawn in the style of like Ed and Eddie or like something that was like you know what I mean? Like that
That would
where
be
is the
very
line?
tough.
That's what
That
I'm
would be
saying. Like
very
where is the
tough.
line
Yeah.
drawn where the art style is just too choice to like for it to click as like I don't know. And so this particular artist, even though they're very talented, they're an extremely good artist. I just was like, I don't get how
You would
people
nut
are
to it.
cranking to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess that's a segue into my answer to Joe Joster's question, which is that like, I'm almost like embarrassingly vanilla. I can't even really think of anything that's just like weird that I've nutted to.
No freaky chicks at Elon.
I mean, there's hmm, like I used
Bro,
to.
you have to come up with something because I totally said I nutted to Bugs Bunny.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
so
I guess I'm thinking. Well, I guess
that's
this isn't
not
weird, but
good.
I mean, I used to. I used to like not even watch porn. I used to look at like Facebook photos of like girls that I
Oh,
know.
baller, dude.
But that was a long time ago. And even then, now I look back on that and I'm like, how was that enough? How was that like enough to get me going at that time? Do you know what I mean? But it was like,
I feel that. I feel that. I feel like people who
yeah.
get really into porn that hits them really hard because there's some people you see online who are like, dude, I can't even nut anymore unless like the chick's getting sawed in half and there's like balls on her feet. And it's
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, I could still, if I saw a picture of a super hot chick, I think I saw one the other day I jacked it to, like some chick with just perfect tits. And I was just
Hmm.
like, I got this, dog. Well,
We're
here's
in
my
there.
thing, bro. I think what helps me is like 99% of the time, if I'm whacking it, it's all like mental. So I
Mm.
think when I do see a pic that I want to like whack it to, I'm like, let's fucking
That
go.
we
It
got to
hasn't
get
been
there.
ruined for me.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think like it helps that I don't really look at like furry porn and shit like that because I feel
You're
like that
missing out, baby.
I know people
You
love
are
it.
missing out.
I do feel like it kind of like makes it harder for you to go back to regular shit to a certain point. Probably.
So you're saying you'd like it so much you couldn't go back to non-furry babes.
It's
That
just
kind of
like
sounds like you might be furry, bro.
maybe. I've never watched it to furry porn. I definitely as far as like drawn like art porn goes, I lean way more into like human shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still don't really like partake in that stuff, but
You're
I don't
saying
really
if
get the
Rogue
furry
the
shit.
Bat came to life, bro.
Oh, that's
She was
different.
like
That's
a
different.
rouge.
But
I think I
that
always name her wrong.
is Rouge, yeah. But that's different because that would actually be tapping into some type of like Freudian, like early sexual development thing. Because that was like when I was a kid, that was like the first time I was like playing a video game and I saw like huge bouncing tits, and so like that would be
They went
different.
crazy on her, bro. She's
It was
like,
insane. Like
she
the
looks
physics
like
in that
a
game,
fine ass Latina, bro. What is she doing in a Sonic game, dog?
for sure. And it's like I feel like they did multiple iterations of that game, and the I don't know who the lead is at like Sega, but I think he like did it, and he was like, the tits are not bouncy enough. Send it back.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, if you replay that game, I know we were just talking on the last pod. I have replayed it fairly recently. It is considerable how much
jugged up
like
she is.
how jugged up she
Dude,
is.
I'm
Yeah.
picturing you know that story about Costco where they hired some development guy and comes to the owners and he's like, "Listen, we really need to raise the price of the hot dog combo. It's $1.50. We got to raise it up." And
Mm-hmm.
the owner's like, "I will fucking murder you and your family." I'm picturing that like some developer coming into the Sonic Guy lead like, "Yo, this is a kid's game. We got to make Rogue the Bat less sexy." And just like, "Dude, I will fucking end you if you
It's like, what
touch
the
Rogue the
fuck did
Bat.
you just
Make
say?
her
Yeah.
hotter. Make
Dude,
her
I
tits
I
bigger."
swear to God, it's like it was like I don't know why I just had this visual. You know, in the beginning, the opening scene of The Dark Knight, where the Joker is he has all these henchmen that are wearing clown
He's
masks, and
going through killing
they're
them.
all
Yeah, yeah.
robbing a bank, but each one it's like, yeah, the Joker told me to kill the last guy so that there would be one less person to split the pot with, and then the other guy's like, yeah, he told me the same thing, and then he like shoots him in the back of the head, and then at the end there's only like one left. That's how I feel. It's like the coding process was for Rouge the Bat. Like they wrote the first titty bounce physics, and he's like, I can't make it any bouncier, and they're like, just like off
Deuces,
him, and then he
baby.
go to the next guy. Oh god,
That'd be funny if that was like part of their proprietary property. Like they have some special coding for how her breasts move. That's like, this is like the
dude.
key to Sega. We
It's like
can't
an
give this up.
yeah, it's like
Like
part of the
Coke's
engine.
formula.
I
Yeah.
don't, is she, what other games does she even make an appearance in? I mean, I've never played another Sonic game that she's
Kramer's Hentai Adventure 3.
that's
Have you ever played that on
good.
Newgrounds?
No.
Dude, I remember playing that as a kid after I saw it. I was like, dude, this I have to play this game. But it's like I'm trying to remember. It's kind of just like I think someone made it in like RPG Builder, but you're literally like Kramer going around an island
Hmm.
solving things and they're like, "Here's a piece of hentai," and they like give it to you or whatever, but like I think
That's
as a kid
good.
cuz I loved RPGs that much, this is the one time on earth I know people are like, "I just read Playboy for the articles," but it was like, "Dude, I want to play an RPG with Kramer. I don't even
Uh-huh.
care about the breasts."
Yeah. I when I think of Newgrounds, I feel like the two videos that stand out to me, one of them was like naked Mario. Like it was like the Mario game, but he was like it was like sex like he was having sex with Peach or Daisy or something, but it was like pixels, like
Bro.
the old Mario. And I remember being like, huh, this is interesting. And then I remember there was a video of it was Eggman singing the lyrics to Slim Shady, but it was like is like, won't the real Eggman please stand up? Please stand. Have you ever seen that one?
I've never seen that one, but I've seen a bunch of the there
That's
was a
so
Super
weird.
Mario RPG rap that went so hard, dude, and I
Oh,
spent
that's
so long
hard.
learning it. There's like a some part there's like these bad guy calls called the Axum Rangers, but there's like a bar about them and the guy is like legit like current Slim Shady level of speed
Yeah,
blowing through it and you're just like, "Bro.
bro.
Bro."
I also just thought of I don't remember if this is Newgrounds. I actually think it used to be on YouTube. Holy shit, is this still around? Total fucking flashback. The Demented cartoon movie. Did you ever watch that?
I've never heard of that. What is that?
Oh my God. Oh my God. No fucking way.
This was a Newgrounds thing?
Bro, I don't know if it was on Newgrounds, but it's oh my God, the Demented cartoon movie. This is a re-upload because it says 2013, but this was online in like 20. I was watching this in like 2004. Hang on, let me find this. Dude, this is like the entire thing was made in Microsoft Paint. Here, I finally managed to render one of my favorite Flash animations in 1080p using Swivel. The video was sourced from Brian Kendall's website years ago. Dude, it's the Demented cartoon movie, and it's like, dude, it's 30 minutes long.
bro.
It's an animated movie. It's a movie that's animated clearly, completely in Microsoft Word, and it's all like it's like the predecessor to like random like boing like random internet humor. Like, dude, it's so
This isn't the
insane.
I'm a fire in my laser thing, is it?
No, this is before that, dude.
Before that.
This
Okay,
is
word.
fucking old. I'm curious when it actually came out. Let me see.
And
Oh,
is
dude,
it's real cartoon characters or ones he made up?
dude, it's a bunch of stick figures that he made up. Dude, it released. I'm looking at. There's an IMDb page for it.
Oh, bro, hell yes.
Dude, it released in 2001. And wow, I would love to include a clip of this or like some if somebody I'm curious if anybody who's listening to this has have seen this before, but me and my friends used to watch this shit like constantly. Like I'm trying to remember some moments from it. Like I'm looking at pictures of the characters and I'm like, holy shit, this is
Send it to me
bringing me
on
back.
Twitter. We can link it in the description, and
That would be
I'll check
great.
it out. I'll give it a little looky loo.
It's like
I'll give
some
it a little looky loo.
I can't even believe that it came out that long ago. 2001 is that's insane.
Dude, in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, I have to say today is Monday. This drops tomorrow. We are ordering the trading cards tomorrow. I think they're officially done. We're waiting on like one or two more cards, but I'm so hyped, bro.
So fucking
I'm
hype.
so hyped for these to drop, baby. And the
Dude,
hollows look sick. The multiverse homos look
I
sick.
seriously can't believe how good they all came out. And it's like I haven't even I know you've seen I've been sending mine to you. So like I know you've seen but some of them that you've been working on, I haven't even seen all of them yet. And when you send them to me, I'm like, dude, this is so fucking good. Like it's gonna be such a good
It's gonna
set.
be sick, bro. And this is a top secret, okay? This is for only Cold Cuts viewers. But there's
Yes.
31 cards in the full deck. There's actually officially 33 cards because there's two top secret full art cards that look
Yes.
fucking
They look
baller to me,
so
bro.
sick.
I'm
Yes.
hype. I'm so hyped for you guys to see these, bro.
Really, really hype. Yeah, that's gonna be great. Yeah, we got a lot coming out. We got that. We got the Patreon.
We got
Fucking
two animations we're about to start
two
working on.
animations that we're cooking up right now.
Patreon's coming out. Bro,
Yeah,
this could be crispy. This could be if
it's
we get at
very
least three
crispy.
of you to sign up, we're set. We can live off that.
Absolutely. You know, I was kind of just in like I felt like I was in a little bit of a slump this past week. I just couldn't have any new ideas. It felt like I just drew a comic today, and it was the first one I've drawn in like 4 or 5 days because I was just posting through some old shit. But part of it is because I think we've been like working really hard on these cards, so that's just been like my
Oh
creative
yeah.
outlet. Um, but yeah, just like I think I just had like this epiphany today where I'm like, holy shit, like all of this shit is coming together. Like it's all happening right now, which is just like very exciting. Put me back, put a smile on my face, felt like my brain just like lit up again, and I'm like, oh, okay, I feel good now. So anyway, yeah, super
I'm
hype.
hype. We're both hype.
Yeah,
We're
it's
very
probably
hype.
time for us to get like another guest on the podcast. We've done like several episodes, no guest.
We
We haven't
should.
had anybody on since Vosh.
Nick Fuentes, I
Yeah,
think
maybe
we'll line him up.
we should get Nick Fuentes. Oh, there was something I wanted to say about Nick Fuentes when we were talking about him earlier.
Mhm.
Um, we're gonna run out of time.
I thought you were doing a bit where you're like, I'll cut
So
myself
Nick
off.
Fuentes walks into the gynecologist office, and the gyno says to him, "What's up with that
We back.
weed back,
We back.
baby?"
Harris has been watching the cartoon
I
movie
was just
today.
watching the demented cartoon movie, which is just like ridiculous. I was just saying,
You
like,
got me hyped to watch it, bro. Dude, in my head it was gonna be like the to me, my version of that I remember everyone thought was so cool was that animator versus animation.
dude,
You
it's
remember that?
totally in line with that. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you remember all of those like what? Because when I was watching this, it just gave me a ton of other flashbacks, like E-Bombs World,
E-Bomb's World was fresh, bro. Dude,
E-Bombs World,
I had
dude.
this journalism class in Saudi, and we had to look up like 5 articles a day.
Mm-hmm.
And E-Bomb's World had a news section at the time. I don't know if they still do, but it was all like weird news. And my teacher
Yes.
was so pissed because I would just find every article from there because I was like, I'm not going through CNN or like some. This is fucking
Yeah,
gay as hell. Like
yeah.
I'm going to E-Bomb's world.
E-Bomb's
I'm
World.
showing my teacher an article about a man that had a chipmunk bite his penis off,
Yeah,
and I'm passing this class.
it's just like it was such a different time on the internet. It was that one. Do you remember Albino Black Sheep? Do you remember that?
I don't
Remember
remember
that
that
one?
one.
There was E-Bombs World, Albino Black Sheep.
I remember in
Uh,
high school there was E-Fucked. Do you remember that one?
I don't remember that one.
Dude, it was all porn outtakes.
Oh,
Like shit
what?
that weird shit that happened in porn. Like
What? I've never
in
heard of that
high
one.
school, bro, that was like the place to be. I remember we were all like laughing at crazy shit.
Dude, it was like that funny junk, addicting games. Like these were all the. Do you
Addicting
remember any of
Games was
those?
fresh,
Addicting
dude. I
games was
remember that.
extremely
Yeah.
fresh. Do you remember Interactive Buddy? Did you ever play that one?
Oh, dude, I beat the shit out of that guy,
Me
dude.
too. Me
Just send him
too.
launching across the fucking room, bro. I thought that shit was so cool.
Dude, so good. Yeah, I
You could
like
buy
some of that
skins
old
too, and I
shit.
remember there was like I think there was like an Osama bin Laden skin. And you could just
Yeah.
fucking blow him
Yeah, and you
up,
could
dude, and it
just
was
blow
like
him up.
so fucking dope.
Dude, does that work right now? Let me see it. Do
Pull
Flash
that
games
up.
still work?
We gotta get we'll play some interactive buddy, bro, one of these
Oh, that'd be
episodes.
fun on a podcast. Um, oh, dude. Oh my God, is this gonna work? Holy shit. Yep. We're in here. Interactive buddy. Wait, it's not loading. It's not working. Are we in? Okay, I think it's loading. Dude, do you also remember oh, here we are. Dude, I am playing it right now.
Let's
Holy
go.
shit.
Dude, I was worried that there was
Okay, this is gonna be way too distracting.
I could be getting this wrong, but I swear there was
Wait,
something that
what?
when the Flash player updated that a bunch of like Newground games would be like unplayable. Or it was something
Lost
weird like
forever.
that. Yeah.
This one, even now that I was just looking at it, it was running a little funny.
A little
It was kind of
wonky.
kind of wonky. Yeah, maybe I'll take a look at it when we get off here. But dude, here other videos that I was thinking about when I was watching Demented Cartoon Movie. Do you remember like I know how to count all the way to 55? Remember
Yes,
that?
yeah, dude, I
That one
remember
was
that one.
classic.
Dude,
Uh,
Lemon Demon.
which one was
The
Lemon Demon?
ultimate battle of it was like this fucking song about like all these people
Oh,
fighting.
the Ultimate Showdown or
Yes,
something like the
Ultimate
Final
Showdown of
Showdown or
Ultimate
something like that.
Destiny. Yeah.
Yes, holy
I
shit.
remember the Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White and Monty Python
Yes,
in the Holy Grail's Black Knight.
bruh.
Bro, dude, good memories. Good
Good
memories.
memories.
Good
And I
memories.
think actually this is what I was thinking of when you first brought up Newgrounds, I think in the last segment was I remember that being like one of my first exposures to when I was a kid. It's like it was the first dialogue that I had seen about Michael Jackson being a pedophile because they showed there was some stupid shitty Flash cartoon that somebody made where like the main antagonist was Michael Jackson,
Michael
like a cartoon
Jackson.
Michael Jackson. He was like, "Hi kids, I'm coming to get you," or whatever. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. And I remember being like, who is that lady? And my friends were like, that's Michael Jackson. And I was like, that's weird. Why is that?
But
Yeah.
it's an awkward sexual awakening. You're like, yo, that chick's kind of hot, dude.
Yeah.
What's going on with her
Yeah.
face?
Oh gosh, it's funny.
Dude, I remember once once I figured out how to jack off at like 13 or 14, and you're
Hmm.
like, yeah, I need to find porn. That was the
Hmm.
one place in Saudi. You could either get porn through LimeWire or you could find it on Newgrounds because it was like blocked pretty much anywhere else. Like it was so hard to fucking find porn on
So crazy. Why
the
is that?
Saudi internet,
Why
bro.
do countries do that? Why do they block porn?
I don't know, but dude, I mean, everything was not everything, but there was a lot of shit that was illegal there. Like drinking was totally illegal, so parents would
Really?
either yeah, and so was like buying ham. So like parents would either go to Bahrain, where I was born, pretty
Uh-huh.
cool. It's like this island off of Saudi that like the rules are much less it's almost like a mini Dubai in the sense
Hmm.
that you can do whatever you want, but you'd smuggle back alcohol and pork. And I remember one time my parents got caught too. Like they like because they searched the car whenever you cross the border, and they found like my mom bought like a half pound of shaved ham, and they were like, "We must confiscate this," and they like fucking took it away.
What
Um,
the fuck?
or though, what most parents do is they make their own alcohol. I remember any parents' place I went to, even my parents, bro, like one of the spare guest room bathrooms had like a whole wine setup.
No
They would like
way.
make wine, dude. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, and I remember I'd sneak it sometimes, or like, dude, this kid Mohamed and Emad. Okay, they were fresh as hell. Uh, the shit with Emad is sad, bro. He had a tragic ending. But anyway, back in high school,
Wait,
they
what
were like,
happened? Wait, that's like a whole other
I'll
story.
get to it in a sec. It's
Okay.
fucked, bro. But anyway, they knew my mom made wine, and I was like, dude, yeah, I could get you guys some, because we were always like trying to find alcohol and shit as we got like to high school and shit.
Hmm.
And I remember if they were like, dude, you hook us up with one water bottle of wine, we will do all your homework every morning.
Oh.
Yeah, for math class. And I was just like, dude, this fucking rocks,
Oh,
bro.
what?
But then I
Hell
remember
yeah.
there'd be times where like, cause dude, they weren't dumb, but they weren't like the most, they didn't really apply themselves. So there were
Okay.
times it would be like they'd do my homework and
And
we'd
you'd still
all
get a
get it
back.
back. And it was like a D, and I was like, dude, come on, bro.
Yeah,
They're
what was the
fucking
point
killing
of
me,
that?
dog. Yeah.
It's funny. Dude, what the
Oh
hell?
fuck yeah.
You know, I knew that you grew up in Saudi, but I don't think I actually knew that you were born in Bahrain.
Yeah, dude.
That's
For
crazy.
sure. I think that's why I say it like an asshole.
Yeah, you say
Daphne
it
always
like
makes fun of me for that, but I'm like, dude, that's how you're supposed to say it. That's how you're
how
supposed
would
to say it.
how do whitoids say it?
Bahrain.
Oh,
There's
Bahrain.
like a
There's like a yeah.
Bahrain.
Please, I'm Jewish. I know all about
Yeah,
the
you know
extra
about the
little
in the yeah, you got
we
that. You got that.
yeah, dude, that's crazy. I never understood why
I
some
was
because
born and raised there, bro. I didn't come to the States, and didn't see America till I was a man. No, no. I
yeah,
would
that's crazy.
the most I would do is like, because my mom has family in Pennsylvania and my dad has family in Boston, we would like fly in for like 2 weeks at a time, maybe like twice a year.
Hmm.
That was like the most I'd ever like been here before, until boarding school. Powerful.
You also have no you don't have an accent or anything, like
That's
no
just a
remnants of an accent.
poor reflection on me, bro, because I took Arabic for like 6 years and I still can only say like penis and apricot. That's like the two words, and chicken. Mishmish is
Okay.
apricot for anyone wondering.
Mish mish.
Mishmish.
That's good.
Very good.
What's
Yeah, yeah.
penis?
Zub.
Well, those
Yeah.
are easy words.
Dude, I remember in it was so fucked, but one day in Arabic class, because we fucked with this teacher so bad. Dude, this teacher was so bad. Miss Magda. I love
Hmm.
her, bro, and if her son ever listens to this, I love you too, Andrew. Don't kill me. But she would like, if you made her mad, 30 minutes into the class, she didn't understand how you were supposed to like punish kids. So 30 minutes into class, if you made her mad, she'd be like, go get a tardy slip. And it was like, it got to the point where we'd come in and the principal was like, why were you 30 minutes late to class? And we were like, we weren't. She just told us to come get a tardy slip. And he was like, just go back to class. I'm going to talk to her and help explain stuff. But because she didn't speak English very well. But dude, one day in class, she was like asking us about our favorite foods. And I was like, oh, yes, penis. I love penis. Like fucking with her. And my other buddy was like, and she didn't know what I was talking about. She didn't get I was saying penis. And my other buddy's like, yeah, I love condom. I love condoms. And for some reason, she knew exactly what he was talking about. And she's like, Michael, like, don't ever say that. And I remember him trying to like play it off like, no, it's a type of soup. It's a soup. And I was just like, the fact that she didn't know what
Uh,
penis was, but she
but she
totally
knew
understood
condom.
condom. I was just like, damn, bro, you got fucked, bro.
So
You got fucked
that's
so
so
hard, dog.
random. Dude, wait, so how old were you when you finally came to the States?
Um, well, the boy, I feel like I always have to, I hate when people assume I'm like, dude, he's like an oil baron or whatever. But every single kid in Saudi, they also did this very racistly. The American kids and the Saudi kids got paid like pretty much full ride
Hmm.
because the school went up to ninth grade, and then you got paid full ride to go to any boarding school.
Hmm.
But if you were like Filipino or Indian, I think they only paid half for some reason. I
What is
don't,
the lot? Why?
me no no, me staying out of it. But
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah, dude. So I think I for what is 10th grade? I was like 19,
No, not even. You're probably like
18,
not. I think you're probably 16
16.
in 10th
Okay,
grade.
for
Yeah.
10th grade maybe. But yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah. Wow. Damn, dude. Yeah. What the hell? How do you not speak any Arabic?
I am
You were
so
literally
stupid,
there
dude.
the entire time,
I
your entire
cannot.
formative years.
I don't know what. I swear to you, I have an issue because dude, I even took Spanish like 6 times and I can't speak it. There's something about like I I know what the words mean, but there's still something where it's like I feel like I'm speaking to you like bing bong boom bong,
Yeah,
bing bing bang bang.
I
Like
get that.
and yeah, I can't I don't know what it is. I think I'm just a fucking idiot, bro.
Dude, I totally understand that. I speak actually like a good amount of Spanish, mostly because my girlfriend, I think, wants me to learn more Spanish, so she will talk to
Yeah.
me in Spanish. But even when I'm talking, if she's not around and I'm in like a restaurant that like a Mexican restaurant or something, and the waitress or the waiter is speaking to me in Spanish, when I'm trying to talk back to them in Spanish, even though I know full well how to say all the words, I'm still just like, can I just have a glass of
Yeah.
water? I just like
So
can't do it. I'm
embarrassed.
too fucking embarrassed. It's like I don't know why. I don't know how people get over that shit, but like maybe just
Dude,
exposure.
I don't yeah, I can't fucking do it. Bro, your girlfriend has a sinister reason, I bet. She wants you to learn Spanish so when she cusses you out, you
I
understand.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's true. And she already kind of does that here and there, but like,
Dude,
yeah,
that
uh,
fucking meme of
the
like
monkey.
the bass trad guy once they get their Latina girlfriend and yeah, just the monkey in the phone. And it's like coño, coño, fucking
I love
screaming.
the all the memes of that monkey because it's like, have you seen? It's not just that one of him on the phone. There's
He's
actually
also on a
like
computer,
there's
right?
like a series of memes with the same monkey in an office setting, and I was like, did you guys just have like an 8 hour film shoot of this monkey
I
like
rented
in
this
my
monkey. We gotta do something with it,
we
okay? They're
gotta do
costing
something
me
with
by
it.
the hour.
You, can we use your computer? We need to film this monkey at your computer. It's like,
I
oh god, it's good.
I do
what was
love
the
that
biggest
monkey.
what was the biggest culture shock when you came to the US? Was there something that you were not expecting?
Um, I don't know, bro. Probably just like the how everything was more lax. Like it wasn't we weren't walking I feel like people expect it like you're walking around in Saudi and there's like guards everywhere making sure you have like a shit like a baya on and shit, but
Mm-hmm.
even on campus, chicks were allowed to dress how they want, but like if you left campus, it was all just like, guys in thobes and women in like abayas. So like not seeing that was kind of a big culture shock. Also the price, dude. You could literally in Saudi $1 is like 5 reals. And 5 reals could buy you like first of all, they have for some reason soda over there is the same price as it was here in like the 50s. It's literally like 25 cents for a soda.
What?
Dude, you can get a full meal at like any restaurant on campus. And this isn't like fast food. It's like home cooked rice, hummus, a side of chicken, like soup, and it would be like 12 reals, which is like $3.
What the hell?
It was so fucking cheap to live there. Like it was insane, dude.
Would you ever go back?
I would honestly, bro. I think my technical like cuz you have to get like a special visa thing to go in. I think mine expires in like a year. I don't think I'd go back before then, but like
Even though you were born there, you don't
well, I
have
could
like
go
dual
to
citizenship?
Bahrain, but I wasn't born in Saudi.
Oh, is that not a city in Saudi? Is that a
No,
different
Bahrain's its
country?
own country.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like an
Sorry,
island.
I'm like a baboon when it
No,
comes to
you're good,
fucking,
bro.
I don't
I
know
don't
any countries or geography or
Me
anything like
neither,
that.
dude.
Especially
Literally I
out
live
there,
there.
it's a fucking clusterfuck. I don't know any of those countries
100%.
or dude, I pretty much there's like half of the US states I couldn't even point out to you on a map. If you like gave me a blank unlabeled map and you were like, "What's this one?" I would be like, "Texas." Like I don't
Yeah, I
even
remember
fucking know.
that we got tested in that in social studies and I was just like 75, baby. I just got to pass. Please.
Yeah,
Please. Like
I actually, dude, this is crazy. I took a geography class, I think for like a history credit when I was still at Elon, and one of the tests that I had to take was I had to be able to label every African country, like off the dome.
was this
Like
African studies?
it was just geography, but this particular like final exam was like I'm gonna show you a blank map of Africa and point to a country and you need to tell me what country that is. And there
Bro.
actually are like quizzes online that you can just like practice doing it on there. And I practiced enough that at the time I actually could do it. I actually was like, oh, that's like New Guinea, that's South Africa, South Africa's easy because it's just the South one, but like you know, like there's like a ton of fucking countries in there.
Yeah.
It's a huge, and I've never been there. Half of those countries I've never even heard of. But I was able to do it for that like 1 week period when I was studying. It's pretty, geography's fucking hard though.
Dude, fuck that, bro. Dude, I at the risk of sounding like one of those kids that's like, school is evil. What's the point of school? It's like it's so dumb how there's
Why the
so many
hell would
things like
anybody have to
that.
know that? Yeah.
Literally are like you must memorize this for the test, and then a day later you literally feel it in your brain just going away. Like you don't remember it anymore, and it's like that was a
Yeah.
waste of my time,
I
dude.
think I actually was also surprised when I learned how many countries there are in the world. Do you know how many countries there are
No
in the world?
idea, dude. I'm
If you had to,
assuming
I
quite
just
a
looked it
few.
up. I just looked it up.
If I had to
Just
guess,
ballpark.
360.
360. Dude, there is less than 200. There
For
is
real?
196 is the it says, well, actually, they can't even really give you a straight answer because there are some countries not recognized by all of the other countries, like
Tibet
Taiwan, yeah, and
and
shit like
Taiwan.
that. And Ukraine, I guess, would be another one. But I'm pretty sure Russia's the only one that doesn't recognize them. Isn't
So
it funny
rude.
how you like somebody replying Ukraine flag to somebody on Twitter has become like an insult? Like
It's
somebody's
pretty
like,
much the equivalent of like just being like
That's
Reddit,
funny. Yeah,
Reddit
it is
alert.
Reddit,
You
or
are
it's just
Reddit.
if somebody chimes in and they say something that you disagree with, and they're just like Ukraine flag, pronouns in bio, like just
Yeah.
like that's like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
they hit you with.
Dude, there
Uh,
is something that's very like I don't know. I think being completely apathetic to things going on is kind of dumb, but like there is something with the Ukraine flag where it's almost like the flavor of the month thing where they're like, let's black out our Instagram
it did.
pictures for black people. It's like, dude, you are
I
really not
know.
doing too
It
much.
just
Like,
becomes like it sounds so cynical. Oh God, I sound like such a cunt when I'm saying this, but it's just like when I see that shit that's like in somebody's bio when they're just like BLM, ACAB, pray for Ukraine, free Palestine. It's just like how like it's just like all of the basic things you can say. It's
when
just
you just
like
put like, yeah, it's like, yeah,
it's just like I love Chick-fil-A and Starbucks and Target and Black Lives Matter and Free Palestine. It's like I'm not even clowning on those movements necessarily. It's just like, dude, fucking can you like really? This is your contribution to the movement? You're just putting Free Palestine
yeah.
in your fucking bio. What is that doing for anybody?
I don't know.
Just put I have a fucking carrot in my ass in your bio, and you're literally doing the same amount of benefit to the world. In fact, you're probably doing more because somebody will stop and look at that and they'll be so shocked that they'll like assess their surroundings and be like, "Oh my God, what am I doing with
Just
my life?"
instantly wake up from the Matrix after
Yeah,
seeing that.
exactly.
Dude, it's so dumb. Like everyone clowns on like Coney 2012, and also I'm not like one of those Matthew McConaughey True Detective like time is a flat circle, but it's like so many of these fucking groups and thing. It all just feels like a Coney 2012 thing
It
all over again,
does.
where
It
it's just like,
totally does.
oh
Yeah.
my god,
It's
dude,
just
like,
like, and now there's
ugh.
all oh God, I don't even want to wade in this territory. It gets ugly really, really quick, but there's all these news reports coming out about how the leaders of the BLM movement, like I think the actual ladies that are in charge of the BLM movement, took a ton of money out, like donator money, and bought like a
A mansion or
mansion
whatever.
or some
Yeah,
shit. And it's just like, do you guys not? Oh, do you guys not realize how bad of a look this is? Like he completely delegitimizes. But that's also why that I feel like we talked about this almost on the first episode of like Cold Cuts, but like it's like once a political movement actually has like a face and a fucking LLC, it's all downhill. It's totally
yeah,
you've totally lost the reins. Any sense of like anarcho fucking humanistic whatever that you were going for is fucking
obliterated,
out the window. Yeah,
absolutely obliterated, dude.
it's gone.
100%.
Oh, we had another email while we're like wading into this
Oh
fucking
yeah, hit
QAnon
us.
shit. Why
I
don't
feel
I
like we're
just
gonna
put a
get the
pin?
fucking 10-minute thing in like a second.
Let's take a look here. This was the most recent one that we just got. Let's see. It's from this one's from Bruno.
Excellent.
Okay, it says cold cut fuck. Dear Beetle Dog, I have listened to the podcast for a good few days now, and it rocks. I like your discussion on the American Psycho book, and I am wondering if Beetle and Dog have some favorite books they recommend. Also, my coworker gave me this massive block of pure silicone, and then I think he put in parentheses, it looks like he just wrote C, like the Spanish, like C, but I actually think SI might be silicone on the periodic table.
Oh,
That's what I'm
word.
assuming.
Okay.
That is shaped like a butt plug.
Oh,
He
hell yeah.
received. I'm looking at the picture. I don't know what kind of butt plug. All right. He received it from a civil engineer who worked across the hall 9 years ago, and he gave it to me when we moved offices. I feel like I need to share this with you. God bless the gays, Bruno. Yeah, this is fine. This is the picture that he sent.
Oh yeah, I'll put a bigger version of that. That looks more like a helmet. Am I crazy?
That's what I was thinking. I
As a
think
butt plug, that looks painful.
how could you, I mean, how could you even get past this part?
That's what I'm thinking. It would be like it looks like you
You
would
would
get
be,
stabbed
it's like it
and
gets
then just
exponentially wide. Yeah, there's no way. Anyway, do you have any books that you would recommend to
Dude,
this
American
gentleman?
Psycho is fresh. I think
It is fresh.
there's certain books that at certain ages might resonate more, but just as like ones I've read recently, I did really enjoy Charles Bukowski's Women. I know
Hmm.
Bukowski's a bit of a meme guy, but it's like a comedy. It's really good. And then, dude, the one I highly recommend anyone to read, anyone listening to this, if you need a book to get into, it's so short, it's so good. It's called Being There. And
You were telling me
I
about
was
this
telling you I
one.
wanted to
Yeah.
animate like something about it, but just as a run, I won't spoil anything, but the whole concept is there's a guy who's lived his whole life in this mansion,
Hmm.
not as like the owner of the mansion, but as like the gardener's son.
Hmm.
And when the gardener died, he became the new gardener, and then essentially lawyers show up because the mansion owner dies, and they're telling him like, "There's no record of you ever living here. You kind of got to go." And that's kind
Hmm.
of like where it starts. But it's so good, dude. It's a comedy. It's hilarious. It's like,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's so good. But what about you? What do you recommend?
Um, I I love reading. Part of the reason I'm really enjoying American Psycho is because I really like horror novels. Like I really like reading horror, and just because it's like I like horror movies, and there's something visceral about reading like a horror book. I don't know. I just like it, and I really like Stephen King. Have you read like any Stephen King novels before?
No, I was gonna get into it, but then someone was like talking about, you know, that part in it.
Oh yeah, I never read it, but I know that they get like a bunch of kids get freaky or something
Yeah, I
in the
love that
sewer.
meme where it's like someone talking to Stephen King. He's like, "No, you don't understand. I have to write about the children having
Yeah.
sex to defeat the clown." It's
Yes.
like, oh,
I
right.
don't know what's up with that. I haven't read it. If you actually look at the book, it's like fucking, it's like this fucking thick. Like
Yeah.
it's a huge
Well,
book.
dude,
So,
that's the other thing I don't like about him. I have read, now that I think about it, I think I have read The Mist,
yeah.
which is kind of short, and I did
Yeah.
enjoy that. But there's something about his writing style where it's like, I feel like I could do that, bro. Like take a ton of cocaine and sit over
And
a
just go
typewriter and just
insane.
shit out a ton of stuff. Like,
Yeah, I actually like his writing because I think that he has a really keen eye. I don't know what the keen eye. I don't know what you would say, like a keen hand when he's typing, like for uh like dialogue and for internal thoughts. Like when he's writing about what a character is thinking,
mhm.
I think he does it in a really clever way that actually adds, even in like a really dark or serious moment in a book, it will almost add like a humorous, he'll pop in like a very absurdist thought that the person is having, but it's like there's something real about that I just really like. And
Visceral.
yeah, there's something great. And actually what one of the books that I was going to recommend was uh it's called Skeleton Crew, which is a collection of his short stories, and it starts with The Mist. The Mist is the first one that's in it, but it's like 10 or 12 short stories, and The Mist is the longest one. I think it's like the only one with like chapters, and the
Yeah.
rest of them are kind of like short stories. And I think about some of those stories all the time. Like just I still it's like one of those books that has just like totally sat with me. And The Mist in particular, I never saw the movie, but that story is like I love that story. It's just super I love that type of horror where there's just zero explanation, no fucking like almost no rising action. Like it's just like we're here, what the fuck is going on? And he does a great job with there's one scene in that book where things are getting really intense. I think somebody one of the characters had just died and they're all trapped in a grocery store. And one of the characters is like two guys that are kind of subtly competing for like the alpha male role in
Right.
the
Yeah.
group. And one of them is like a really tough guy and one of them is really smart, but they're both just like butting heads about plans and what to do. And there's like one scene where somebody dies and they're in the other room and they're fighting about something, and one of the guys like pushes the other guy up against the wall and he gets really close. But the way that Stephen King describes it is that like he's like he got close enough to me that if he wanted to kiss me he could have, if like the situation was different or something like that. Like that's the way that he phrased it. And I
Yeah.
remember reading it and just being like, what a goofy ass way to describe this moment. But it's like,
Thought you were
but
gonna
in a
say, dude, this is kind of hot.
it was funny. It's like he like I really liked that. There's a really crazy story in there about a guy who gets stranded on an island, and he's so hungry he starts eating pieces of himself. He starts eating
Oh
his like
damn.
foot and his legs and shit. Yeah, it's a
I would
really
not
weird
start with
one.
my feet.
No, I don't
You
know what
need
he's.
those.
I think
You
he
need
does
those.
start with his, but he kills a seagull first. I think he's able to kill a seagull. He eats the seagull, and then and then after that, I think he gets like the taste for raw flesh. So he's like, okay, I can just grin and bear it and take off my foot, and then something else. And yeah, it's just like a gnarly ass book. Oh
Damn.
my god! And there's another one called The Jaunt. That's like super. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's a great book. I'm due for a reread, but uh, that one, and then what's another one that I just read recently? Oh, I also read this other Stephen King one that's it's a date.
I didn't
It's
know you were a
about
Stephen King man.
yeah, I like Stephen King. I'm a really slow reader, but I've read like a few of his because I just something about his the tone of the books is like
Do you like
strikes a
Philip K.
chord.
Dick?
Yeah, I do like Philip K. Dick, but some of his stuff is I read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which is surprisingly short. Like it's almost like a pulp
Well, dude,
novel.
I felt the same way because I read I Am Legend, which is like sub 100 pages
Oh,
and
really? Yeah, I
nothing
never
like
read
the
that one.
movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
Speaking of movie, you were saying you wanted to watch The Mist. By the way, Mist spoilers, Mist spoilers.
Missed
Skip
spoilers
ahead, skip
ahead.
ahead.
Skip ahead, skip ahead.
Um, but you read the book, you said, right?
I did, yeah.
Am I crazy, or it ends with it's kind of a bleak ending where I think the guy is gonna shoot himself, right?
Actually, in the book, it's ambiguous. The ending is actually, I think, more hopeful in the book than it is in the movie, if I
Well, in the movie,
know.
because unless this might change between what cut you're watching, but it does that where it's like bleak, and then the cops show up to save everyone.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I don't remember that didn't happen when I
No,
read it,
in
right?
the
No.
book, okay, yeah, still miss spoilers. If you're like skipping ahead, miss spoilers, skip ahead again. Fucking in the book, it leaves very ambiguous. They're able to escape this grocery store that they're in, and they are like driving like through the hills away from the city, and they're just like, we'll just it's just me and my son and whoever else they're with, and we're just gonna see what happens. And in the movie, if I understand correctly, the father shoots the son to try to save him from whatever horrors he's expecting
Right,
to
and
happen.
then the cops show
And
up.
like right after the mist clears and the cops show up, and so he just shot his son for like zero reason at
Right.
all,
Okay.
which is horrifying. But I think that actually, oddly enough, Stephen King himself commented about the movie and was like, I don't know why I didn't think of that ending. That's like so much better than what the one that I wrote. So I think it's like I don't know. I've never seen The Mist, but I heard people didn't like it when it came out, but I really liked the book, so I
Did
have
he
no idea.
write the who's that dude that does like the really crazy movies that everyone thinks are like super deep? The Shining. He wrote The Shining, right?
He wrote The
I
Shining.
remember him
Yeah.
famously hating the movie, but I feel like that's probably the best.
Yeah.
It's like a
His
really solid movie.
right, the whole thing with The Shining was that Kubrick intentionally completely veered off course. Like the what happens in the movie has is almost completely unreflective of what
Well, I
happens in the
think in the
book.
book the whole thing was there was way I think they alluded to it slightly in the movie, but the whole thing was it was like ancient Indian burial grounds or something.
Yeah. Wait, I think wait.
I tried watching that stupid documentary that's like, dude, The Shining is clearly about how we didn't go to the moon, and it's like literally, I don't use this
I
word
love.
lightly, so retarded,
Have you
like in the
seen
logic.
there was a documentary this is actually a wild documentary that's all about
Room 109, right?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Room. Yeah, I think it's room. Is it 109? I guess it's something like that,
something like
but
that. It's like the movie, the
it's
room
whatever
from The
happens in
Shining.
there. Yeah, but that it's all like the actual moral of the movie is that Stanley Kubrick has such a nutty fan base that they are willing to like they just they impose the most insane conspiracy theories on his movies,
Literally though, like
which make no fucking sense at all.
insane, like just
Insane.
like
Um,
very fucking stupid.
Dude, here, one more Stephen King plug that I got to drop really quick.
Plug it up.
There's
Plug it
actually
up.
one that's on my list that I haven't read, so I can't recommend it yet. But my dad read it, and he said it was fucking fire and very scary, called Salem's Lot, which Stephen King himself said was his favorite of his own work. I have not read that yet, but it's on my list.
And
But
it's a book.
the one that I did finish is this one. It's a date. It's 11/22/63, and the book is about a guy who accidentally stumbles into like a time portal, and he goes back in time, and he's basically instructed by the person that he meets there that he needs to stop the assassination of JFK. And it's literally him trying to find Lee Harvey Oswald from he's like what happens is that he goes into like an ice cream shop and like goes down the wrong flight of stairs to try to get to the bathroom, but he actually stumbles into the basement, and he it takes like one, you know, when you like miss a step on the stairs, he takes
Yeah.
like one step too far, and all of a sudden he's in like the room, but it's 1963, and then he like climbs out of there, and like the ice cream shop owner is like, yes, you are the one, you have found the portal, like you need to stop the JFK getting killed. And
Why doesn't the ice cream guy do some shit?
it's because he's like really frail and old. There's like a I forget what, dude. I read it a while ago now, but dude, it's kind of a thick book. Like it's a dense read, but it was really really good. And like he ends up spending because he doesn't show up on the day of the assassination. He shows up like 8 months before it's supposed to happen. So he
Oh, I
needs to
see. He's
like
got to like camp out
he has
and
to camp out. He has to
prepare.
like get an apartment, and he starts building relationships, and he like meets a girl and all this shit. And he's like living in 63, but he's from the future. And the whole time he's preoccupying himself with trying to find and kill Lee Harvey Oswald. It's a bizarre book. It's really good though.
Yeah, hell
Definitely
yeah.
would recommend. Yeah.
Dude,
Um,
Stephen King should sponsor us. We
Seriously,
could use the
yeah,
Stephen King sponsorship.
he's great. I love Stephen King. Yeah. And also, if anybody has book recommendations for us, I'm always looking for
Oh
some
yeah,
new
dude.
shit. Yeah.
I do have quite a few books I got to get through. I
Me
have like
too.
so many.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really behind. I'm still working through American Psycho, and then probably when I finish that one, I'm going to read Salem's Lot because that's been on like the back burner for a really long time.
Bro,
But
did you add an MF Doom print?
yeah, that was the one that I was talking about a couple weeks ago. I finally got some thumbtacks to hang it up. But
Bro, crisp.
dude, I got it. Yeah, I got it at a record store in Nashville when I went to go see my brother. But yeah, it's a really nice poster. I don't know how well you could see it on the camera there,
No,
but
I can. He's more clear than the Kowalski, which
well, the
is also really
Kowalski
good.
is literally like I printed it in uh like 240p. Like it's like super low quality.
So
Oh
good,
god.
dude. I love
Oh
that.
yeah.
I gotta
And
be
all the
like a
letters are
glossy
cut off and
poster.
shit on that one too. That shit's classic.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Um, oh,
Dude, your
thank you for the
girlfriend must
question,
be
Bruce.
going crazy when she comes into this bedroom, dog.
As she comes in here and she's like, "Oh my God, this dude loves MF Doom and Madagascar."
Dude, does she ever sleep over? Do your parents get weird about that?
No, no, she's. I mean, like, dude, we've been dating a long time. No, it's like it's
Dude,
fine.
I was dating a chick, I remember. This is when I lived in New York, but I was been dating her for like half a year, and she came to visit me. And I was like, I was semi young. I was like 23, 24.
Hmm.
But I remember my parents being like, she can sleep over, but you have to sleep in different bedrooms. And just like, what? What
What?
the fuck? What is this shit?
No,
Like
we're
they thought
both
I was
like
gonna be like
adults.
blowing her back out at my house. Like, yeah, the thought of my parents hearing me having sex, love that. Totally gonna try to
Yeah,
fucking do that
amazing.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, no.
So insane.
Yeah, it's like I mean that's why we're kind of both saving up so that we can actually move in together. It'd be great, but for the time
Dude,
being,
type
it's too
move to LA in the comments if Harris should move to LA so we can
Type
film more.
get me a fucking paying job in LA
Patreon, baby. We make
and I
30
will get
bucks
out
on
there.
there. We split that $15 to you, 15 to me.
That's what's
Could
up.
easily find something, bro.
That would be fucking dude, that would be so fucking dope. That would be crazy.
Dude, I would kill myself if I found an apartment with $30 rent. That would be so baller.
Oh my God, man. Dude, it's like when is the housing bubble gonna burst, huh? When's
Yeah,
that gonna
what the
happen?
fuck, dude? Well, that's
How
the thing,
much
and
longer can this go before everybody's like, dude, I cannot do this. Nobody
that's
can
the
do
thing in
this.
LA, everyone makes it work, so everything just keeps getting higher and higher, and I'm like, please,
Please
God.
stop. That's like the
Please,
nerdy
God.
kid in the class like ruining the curve for everybody on the
Literally,
test.
dude.
Like it's literally that. Um,
I'm trying so hard to find because I think I'm gonna be moving in a bit, but I'm like trying to find anything, dude. I think I might have found something with an old roommate that has a pool, but
ooh,
I don't know. I'm still like trying to make it work, bro. I was
that'd
able
be
to
pretty
make it
dope.
scrape by here, kind of on my internet moolah, but I might have to. I'm trying everything I can do not to get a second job because my
Dude, we're
creativity just
so
like blows
close.
up.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
Subscribe to the Patreon
Keep us
next month.
alive, keep us afloat. Yeah. I mean that's kind of the incentive, right, for the Patreon thing is that people will try to keep us afloat so that we don't have to slow down our content or like stop making as much stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to make it sounds like you're threatening them. Sign up or we quit.
No,
Nah,
I mean it's yeah, that's
no,
kind of the
not
threat.
like that. But yeah, we'll get some bonus episodes going. I'm pumped to get the. We're gonna do a cool little Patreon animation.
Hell yeah, it's
I'm
gonna be
hype. I'm
so
hype.
sick. So
But
so so sick.
anyway,
Uh,
I'll see you next week, brother. This was excellent as
yes, this was
always.
excellent. I think we should do a Pokemon one next week. I
I
think we
think
could
so.
probably fit that in there. Why
Type
don't
poke me,
you
baby, if you're okay with that.
Why don't you guys let us off with a great joke this time around?
Women.